Alrighty. So, raise your hand if you have seen Shark Tank. Raise your hand if you found a prospect from Shark Tank. That's why I watch Shark Tank, right?
So I'm going to introduce the sharks. Starting from my right, we have Stephen Bittel with Terranova. Next to him is Kara Morabito with InvenTrust. And then we have Danny Aguirre from Blue Waters Development. And we already introduced Tony. So let's begin.
So those of you who don't know, which I'm sure you guys do, Yonutz is we call it fantastical donuts and ice cream. So we're a donut and ice cream concept. However, unlike donut concepts or ice cream concepts, we have both donuts and ice cream, but what we do is we combine them to make really amazing desserts. We're mostly noted for our smash donut, where we take a donut, we cut it in half, we put a scoop of ice cream in it, we hot press it, put a bunch of toppings on it. It's amazing. So it doubles up as a really cool donut place, but also as a really awesome dessert shop. We're most noted for our customer experience and for our just experience in general. So when you walk in, it's not just a, hi, how you doing? Like you'll get a tour, you'll get walked through. We also have amazing milkshakes. And so we tend to really do well in evenings. We do well with families. You know, again, as it says up there, we look for schools, places of worship, you know, areas that have high family densities. And again, we're just a really fun, new, different concept. We're franchising all across the U.S. We're actually partnered with the original shark from Shark Tank. That deal happened about a year and a half ago. And we've sold out 12 master territories in 12 states across the country already in about a year. So that's Yonutz.
Okay, so what about your current location do you like, and what do you think works the most, or what do you think, you know, doesn't work about that shopping center or that location?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I tell everybody, if I were going to choose a location from scratch, I would not have picked that location. It's nice because it's regional. We have IKEA, we have we have the BB&T. So from that perspective, it's good because when we're, in a news, whatever, people will frequent us when they go to those places. However, it's not a highly dense area. It's not as dense as I would choose. Mm-hmm. It's also, it's okay. But the other thing too is on the highway, when you're heading on 595, you have to take Flamingo and double back. Right. So that to me is a huge negative. So, so that doesn't work, I would say. Right. And again, because it's by IKEA and BB&T, that does work very well. It's 1125, maybe a little tight. Mm-hmm. It's not horrible. We're surviving, but we like to provide more of an experience, and I think the extra space could help provide an experience. Okay. Okay, great.
So how many locations do you have?
We have 2 currently. We have about 8 to 14 going into lease phase right now across the country.
And what are your gross sales?
So, according to our FDD, the location we have right now is showing in the FDD for 2019 numbers was, I believe, $462,500
per location.
That is that location. Again, not my favorite location.
And how does that average with the general donut store or ice cream store?
From what I understood, a typical ice cream location will probably do 200, 220. So I think somewhere in the 2s. So I believe it does well. Again, our Vegas location, and I'm sorry, I'm a little bit limited to discuss financials and numbers because of the franchise situation. However, I can tell you that Vegas would probably exceed those figures.
So your new location, would it be a corporate store or would it be a franchise?
So we're open right now to a couple things. We're doing mostly franchise locations. We're vetting the franchisees very well. However, we're not opposed to a corporate location, another one right now. So,
what time of day is busiest for you?
We do well. Our key hours are going to be in the morning. We'll do well in the afternoon, but we tend to really do well in the evening and into the night.
And what co-tenants do you like, and how much of your business is consumed in your store versus takeout to go back somewhere else?
Yeah, great question. So QSRs, you know, quick service restaurants are great. We like that. Right now we're between Chipotle and Starbucks. That works out very well. I would say, obviously, since all this has happened, we've gotten a larger, much larger share going to delivery and takeout. However, we have seen a big trend back to people coming in and sitting down, and we see that in Vegas. Vegas is a much larger shop. I believe it's 1584. We'll be full housed in there very frequently.
And is outdoor seating important to you?
It's nice. It's not a requirement, but we certainly it wouldn't hurt.
What about a drive-through?
So another great question. We've thought about drive-through. It hasn't been top of the agenda right now, but we do have a couple franchisees now who have great potential corner locations with drive-throughs, and we're certainly open to it.
Can you share with us a little bit of what your startup costs are for a new location?
Sure. So again, going to our FDD, our startup costs will include things like build-out, equipment. Also, we do some PR services, some advertising. They can range, I believe, after franchise fee. So no franchise fee included, somewhere between 180, and it goes up from there. Again, one of the things that we're always looking for is a space that doesn't need to be, gutted and built out from scratch. So that always helps. And then a landlord who is willing to participate.
Are you guys more impulse or destination, would you say? Like, do you need high visibility and high foot traffic, or are people driving from far distances to go to your store?
So the way I would answer that is this. I'd love to pretend or assume or think that we're destination, but I don't want to act like that.
Okay.
Because we do. Certainly one of the things that's been amazing to me is, and this, I was more amazed, I think, a while ago. It's not as surprising now, but I would approach somebody and I would say, well, where did you come from? Well, we came from West Palm Beach. Okay, great. What were you doing here? No, we came for Yonutz. And at first that shocked me, but because of the smashed donut and the notoriety of some of our desserts, it was, a little bit more expected now. But we do definitely, we like visibility. So I would love to think, again, that we're destination, and we probably are. We have a nice following on social media, and people talk about us. However, visibility always helps.
Right, okay.
Okay, are we ready to make a deal?
Yeah, who's going to make a deal with this guy?
Okay, look, this is not a fair fight.
No?
Okay, first, I wore an orange shirt and orange socks, so you would remember me. But I've never worn orange before, and I'm very shy about speaking in public.
Is your nickname Mr. Wonderful?
Although I've had dinner with him several times. That's true. And Mark and Barbara. So first, we happen to have a space on Miracle Mile in Coral Gables, which is different from everyone else's and different from all your current locations. It is not a neighborhood strip center. It's 1,365 square feet. How do you feel about being in the middle of 6 million feet of office space?
I love that.
I mean, enormous daytime population.
Sure.
So first, we have that. Second, the city spent $21 million expanding the sidewalks, so there's plentiful outdoor seating. If you want to talk, and one of the most important things is you should talk to your property owners, existing tenants. Giannis, where are you?
I'm here.
He's there. How many stores do you have with me?
I have 3 with you right now.
That's right. He has 3 stores with us on Miracle Mile. You should go ask him what his sales are.
Okay.
Because if you want to have $1 million store,
Yes.
this is the place.
Okay.
As a company, we've only been in business since 1980. We're very well capitalized. Giannis will tell you we were a great partner during the pandemic. We're all out of that. Everyone's back. And January through June sales on Miracle Mile exceeded 2019 sales. So we are back, and back in a big way, and people still aren't in the office buildings yet. And finally, you can do breakfast, you can do lunch, you can do dinner. And Giannis owns Copper, Kaya, and is in our office building upstairs for his headquarters. What time do you close at night at Kaya?
Close like 2 o'clock.
Did you say 2? Right, so you can do business almost all night long If you can staff it.
2 in the morning or 2?
2 in the morning.
Okay.
And by the way, it is wild.
Okay.
I, of course, have never been to his place at 2 in the morning because I go to sleep at 10. But I've heard rumors from my kids who are 34, 36, and 38 that it's a great place. So this is really a unique and exceptional location, and it is our final vacancy that we have available.
Awesome.
The opportunity I see with you going to Miracle Mile is you could potentially make $1 million, but you will also be paying $1 million in rent as well. So just keep that in the back of your mind.
We're going to get there.
I bring you a different type of opportunity.
Okay.
Our opportunity is a lifestyle property. It's on the west coast of Florida.
Okay.
It's located in Cape Coral. Cape Coral in the last 10 years has been one of the fastest growing cities in the state of Florida. This is a mixed-use property. There'll be about 70,000 square feet of retail. We currently have a franchised flag, 150-room hotel going on the corner, and we also have 309 multifamily units. So within the property itself, there will be a lot of synergy for you to bring your concept to that lifestyle center. But more importantly, when you look at this market, the closest donut shop to where this location would be for you is 4 miles away. Tell me, within 4-mile radius, there's a lot of business to be done.
Sure, yeah.
And then when you look at the northwest region of the area that we have a property in, there's thousands of rooftops, with thousands more coming online and very limited commercial exposure. So having you front and center at our property would make you an anchor destination in that region.
Got it. What's the size of that space?
We can make it whatever you want.
Okay.
Because right now it would be a shell. We would build it out to your specs.
And what's the potential opening? And I have some questions for you, so we're going to get back to Orange in a minute. So what's the expected opening date?
So we're looking to break ground by December. So we're looking at 12 months of construction. So we would have you potentially, let's call it Q1 of 2023.
All right.
I have a space that I think would be tailored perfectly for what you're looking for. It's in Pembroke Pines. It's called West Fork Plaza. It's close to 400,000 square feet of retail. We have great anchor tenants there. We have a Costco that alone brings in 2.7 million people a year. The average Costco ticket, I believe, is $135, so it could be doing, north of $300 million just out of that location. We have a Regal Cinema there, which brings a lot of families, a lot of nighttime action, which you said you were looking for. 70% of their business happens from 5 p.m. to midnight. There's a lot of schools around the center. It's a very family populated neighborhood. There's north of 17,000 students within a 3-mile radius of the school. We have a 1,700 square foot space in an out parcel building right up on Pines Boulevard, which has 62,000 cars daily that drive by. So all around, it's a great center. It's very busy. The center itself has 7.7 million visitors a year. So it's a huge traffic drawing center, and I think that it has the family aspect that would be great for Yonutz. There's a karate school. Jeff Assessor is actually here as a nominee, and I think that you would do great there.
Okay, awesome.
You guys did a great job, all three of you.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's get into what's the current condition of that space?
So it's a former hair salon. It's in great. All of our vacancies are in great condition. And I know West Fork very well. We used to own it. We did the Costco deal, and we still are owners of the Walgreens in front of it.
Okay.
So I have a good basis of comparison. They're just not comparable. I mean, Kara's wonderful and nice, and but it's not a close call.
What type of TI would you offer on let's say a 5-year or a 10-year deal?
So one, we have lots of TI money.
Can you define lots? Like, come on, man.
That's a good question.
Okay, I'll take $1 million.
Look, we signed. You don't need $1 million, but
I could use it.
You could use it? Okay, well then if we can own part of your parent, we are available for $1 million. And by the way, we have invested at the corporate level with a number of our tenants over the years, and we will continue to do that. We have another one that we're doing right on Miracle Mile on the hard corner right now. It's a company with 40 restaurant units, and we are their sole investor in that space. So we understand that business. We signed a lease last week with a Darden concept. Of course, Darden's market cap is $18.5 billion. It's a little more than yours and mine, but we are giving them $100 a square foot in TI.
So would you give us $100 a square foot?
It's just a function of what your financial statement looks like.
Financials are good. No problem.
If your financials are strong, we certainly can afford it.
So you could do $100 a square foot?
We don't think you need that much, because you just said you needed 280, and it's a function of you, your franchisee, and who's on the lease. But we believe in TI that we want a return of our investment and a return on our investment. I mean, the difference with us is that we are enormously well capitalized in a position to make sure our tenants come into business. And again, the best thing I can tell you is talk to my tenant.
Okay, so in your opinion, what is a good number TI that you'd be comfortable giving us?
Again, we never quote it until we see your financials.
Okay, let's assume the financials are not an issue. So
probably in the $35 to $50 a foot range.
35 to 50, okay.
So my question is how fast do you want to grow? What's your long-term vision look like?
Well, I'll tell you what our long-term vision is. I think big, my partners think bigger. I was thinking the first 100 stores. They said when we reach the first 1,000 stores. They think in a way that's huge. Again, we've sold 12 states and master territories in 1 year, which has been incredible. And we have stores opening in 8 different states right now in the next several, let's call it in the next year. So we're up for growing. And again, we're using a master franchisee system, so we're training the masters to run their territories. And I guess Kevin Harrington's been in franchising since 1980. He's done this a few times, and apparently they've done it successfully.
So you obviously have appetite for growth. So
Yes.
do we. What's your corporate office structure look like?
As far as what? Can you be more
Do you have
specific?
a presence? Do you have an office when you're going to host somebody? Do they go to your donut shop or do they
That's
go to your office?
Great question. So we are actually searching for our corporate office.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll throw in a Class A office building space, 6 months free rent.
Okay.
Wow.
We already opened. Our Class A office building is 95%. We're waiting for him.
So I'm going to come back to you because Cape Coral presents an interesting opportunity because we do have franchisees just chomping at the bit there to open a store. So we'll talk about that. As far as Pembroke Pines is an interesting market for us. We've looked at it several times. In fact, we've looked in West Fork, and we were trying to do a deal, I believe, on the Marco's Pizza space in there.
Near the theater.
You said it's a 1,700. That's the out parcel.
Correct.
Which I think Crumble recently did a deal in one of their out parcels.
Right, Crumble's on the west side. This is right up on the front facing Pines, as close as you can get to the 62,000 cars a day. Does that size work for you?
Does that size? It's a little bit bigger, but it could work. Again, one of the things we're realizing is when we have a little bit more space, our merch has been doing extremely well with the yo and all that stuff. That's been
Do you sell clothing, or what is it that you guys are selling?
Yeah, so we're doing shirts, hats, socks are coming, stickers, really cool merch, hoodies.
Okay, what percentage of your sales does that make up?
It's really early right now. Vegas really was the incubator for the merch, and it's been doing very well. I don't have a good handle yet because it's still a little bit early, but people have a really nice desire for a lot of our merch.
Right. Well, we do also have a 1,600 square foot space near the theater. What is more important to you, visibility from the road or being next to a larger anchor tenant?
Yeah, I think both present good opportunities, but I think I do like the out parcels there.
Okay.
I think they're pretty exciting. So what type of what was that space prior?
So it was a rental car space. So it's pretty open, and we would be able to give money towards your build out, or put it in vanilla shell condition. Do you have certain type of like MEP specs that you need for the water and electrical and all that?
You know, we have that. The concern always in a non-prior food space is grease traps. Some municipalities are requiring grease trap, and some don't for what we're doing.
Right.
For how we're doing our business. However, it would depend on that.
Right.
But you know, so either the one thing is we don't want to pay for something we can't walk away with, which you know, I think is fair.
Right.
So if there's a grease trap available, that would be one question. And then how much TI do you guys think you would provide?
So similar to Steven, obviously, you know, we said it depends on financials, but we're prepared, you know, out of the gates to come out with a 1-year payback in TI. So we could offer, you know, $45 a square foot in TI.
Okay.
I see another opportunity too. Do you have the vision or the thought to be able to distribute your donuts outside of your shop?
Yeah, we do that right now, and it works well. It's something particularly.
Where are you distributing to?
As far as
locations. Do you bag them up and you sell them retail?
Not yet. No, we haven't done the retail deals yet. We are. I think I mentioned to you, we're doing shipping across the country on our smash donut.
So I present you with another opportunity. We're rolling out 1,100 hotel rooms throughout Sarasota County, Charlotte County, and Lee County. How about we distribute your donuts exclusively in our hotels?
I think I'm going to hold off for another 20 minutes because it keeps getting sweeter. Sorry for the delay.
So if you all can do one more pitch, and then you can have one more question.
Excellent. You got it. Okay. Yes.
All
So
right.
Tony, a couple other things. One, you're directly across the street in our location from a Hillstone that's doing about 14 to 16 million a year in sales.
Okay.
That's one of the strongest restaurants in the entire South Florida market. We own 14 buildings on Miracle Mile. That makes us the overwhelmingly largest retail owner. We are also the overwhelmingly largest retail owner on Lincoln Road. We have a history of doing multiple tenant leases with all of our tenants. The tenant taking the corner of Ponce and Miracle Mile is our tenant on Lincoln Road 2 other times. Look, you should do whatever ancillary distribution you can. We do own 30 gas stations, car washes, and convenience stores. So, I mean, we can give you all the distribution you want, but frankly, we want to focus on your inside sales at this location.
Sure.
We think the capacity to deliver to office buildings or for people to come in the morning and buy your product, to do it at lunch, to come after lunch, after dinner, to 2 a.m. when people are falling out of Yonutz clubs after having a lot of club soda. Those are great opportunities for you to have probably a more extended time period of operation and to get a greater return on your investment and ours.
Sure. What type of rent are you
65 net plus about 15 in expenses.
About 80.
But you know what they say, you get what you pay for.
Sure, yeah.
But we think if you're going to try to franchise, this is a flagship location that you will be selling franchises out of.
Yep.
Which is, you know, when Starbucks was out on the corner of Ponce and Miracle Mile for 20 years, that was where they sold all of their new people. And their training facility was upstairs in our office building right above.
Awesome.
Okay, Carol, last one.
I think that Pembroke Pines at West Fork would be a great second location in South Florida for you. I think that it's very complementary to your Sunrise location. I did the research on Placer, and your Sunrise location really trades more from the north, and my center, West Fork, trades more from the south, and I think that it would really complement your current location. We have, like I said, the movie theater that brings families and nighttime traffic. We have the Costco that's bringing all the moms doing their grocery shopping, you know, for the whole week. We have the Publix that's doing amazing. We have, you know, martial arts and tutoring. We really have everything there that really brings the family traffic. Pembroke Pines, you know, is a great market for food. All the fast casual retailers are doing amazing there. And we're also near Miramar, who has a very high office population there. So I just think that this is a, you know, no-brainer second location for you.
Mm-hmm. What's the rent there?
45 triple net, and the nets are about 12.
So 57. Then you said you have a 17 or a 16 that's near the.
Correct.
Okay.
Bring us home, Danny. Bring us.
So what am I offering you today? An opportunity to come into a lifestyle center. New development in an area that has no other commercial exposure. You have a highway that's being built right to our front door. Thousands of rooftops. We'd work with you through your design, through your TI. We'd work through a lease rate that works for you. In addition to that, I'm offering you 6 months free rent for a corporate office in a Class A building. Offering you a potential rollout of your product throughout 1,100 hotel rooms throughout Sarasota County, Charlotte County, Lee County.
Can you guarantee that, by the way?
We own the hotel.
Yeah, so
yes,
you can guarantee
we
that.
We can guarantee that.
Awesome, okay.
In addition to that, we have a private equity company that we would be willing to look into investing in helping you expand your business.
Okay. And then you said that this is going to be open for us to do construction first quarter 23?
Yeah, well, construction for the project would be 12 months.
Okay, all right. And then do you have, in the meantime, an area where we could do a pop-up or
We
do
do.
a temporary location?
We do.
Okay,
In downtown Cape Coral.
okay. So that could be arranged.
That's in Maine and Maine.
All right.
Cape Coral has a downtown?
It does actually. And you know who's building it? We are.
Oh, you mean it wants to have a downtown?
Okay, Tony,
Awesome.
what are you going to do?
All right, so isn't there supposed to be music or something?
Shark Tank music, please.
Shark Tank
Little
music,
Shark Tank
please.
music. Set the
This is
mood.
a commercial break, right? Okay, so let me see.
Music.
There you go.
Got to process.
That's it. So we have a franchisee ready to kind of run in Cape Coral. We love the idea of a flagship store. Miracle Mile is something we've always looked at and just we need to find the right spot. Pembroke Pines is something we've also, it's been on our hit list for quite a while now. So with that said, I believe, hold on, I'm coming back to you for one more question. What type of TI do you guys have available?
Right now, we can work something out anywhere between $35 to $50 a square foot.
35 to 50. And how soon would that pop-up be available?
I would have to talk to our asset manager, but we can work something out.
What does that mean? More specifically.
That means
I hate those words.
within the next few months, we can work something out.
Within the next few months. Okay. So, all right. And
I have to get the boss to sign off.
of course, how soon is that location available?
It'll be available in February.
In February? Mm-hmm. All right. And then last question for everybody.
Ours is available tonight.
Tonight. Awesome. All right.
But one other thing is, there's no committee on lease signing. You are talking to the guy that signs
You
the
are
lease.
the committee. Awesome. Last, I think the most, a very important question right now is with this, the delays in receiving equipment and everything that we're facing now. How much time can you give us? You guys just answer real quickly to build out once we're permitted, or from lease execution, whatever. I mean.
We've given most of our tenants recently in Coral Gables 9 months from lease execution. We think that's more, we think you need 6.
Yeah.
Although frankly, every tenant we ever give time to, they always seem to go later. But
really?
it doesn't matter how much time we give them, they want more.
Yeah, no, for us, it's just, even a walk-in
of
freezer's
course,
taking 22
except
weeks.
Giannis, he opens on time.
Yeah, okay.
And by the way, he does a lot more than $1,000 a foot in sales.
Awesome. Okay.
We're comfortable with giving you 9 months, however long you need, whatever is reasonable. We know that it really does take time, especially permitting too. Nowadays is taking a while, and we really do work with our tenants. Me and our property managers are always helping out our tenants. If you need more time or for some reason, as long as you're diligently pursuing and really working through your construction, we'll work with you. But yeah, we're definitely open to giving you, 8-9 months. Whatever you think you need. We want you to open, out the gates doing really well. And we know that you're a great retailer and you're not going to be,
Thank you.
running us around in circles. So
Yeah.
we're willing to work with you.
Awesome.
Supply chain issues are very real, affecting all of us. The good thing with our project with a new development, while we go through the development phase, you can start working on the things that you need to work on too, so we can simultaneously work towards a good outcome. So we can work through whatever's needed for the business.
Okay, awesome. So the new development is great, although my biggest concern is, does it get delayed? Does it happen? So because of that, I'm out. But I think in the future we might be able to do some kind of deal. I don't want to, put something that far ahead with everything that we're dealing with. Although I think we'll probably do business.
I'll wait for you in Cape Coral.
I believe we will do business in the future. So Miracle Mile, Pembroke Pines. I believe Miracle Mile is a great place. I believe we might butt heads a bit doing this deal, which is not a problem.
So the good news is you probably never talk to me again. Our president, Mindy McAlery, does it. They don't let me out in public a lot.
And you're the guy that's making the decision?
No, I just sign the generally, she puts it on my desk and says sign, and I do what I'm told.
Gotcha. Okay. Pembroke Pines, extremely interesting. So out of you two, I believe we would like to do the deal in, drum roll, Pembroke Pines.
All right. Kara Morabito.
Excited to do business with you, Tony, after all these years. I canvassed Tony a long
you.
time ago.
Huge round of applause. Thank you for everybody that participated. If any of the nominees heard of a deal that you liked from one of the landlords up here that didn't get the deal, please reach out to them.